In this session, I would like to tell you about what are variables. Variables can store some data values, and that variable can re-render and a reusable object. Here in this JavaScript, this is one of the best feature can able to save and store some value here in this variable. Let's have a look. So here what I am doing is I am taking new document and assigning some name as variable class dot html. In this document, I don't want to entertain external JavaScript file, but I would like to assign some internal JavaScript here in this HTML file only. For that, what I will do is I will take one HTML starter template. Here you can see this is our starter template, and I would like to define some script HTML file tag. In between the script, we can assign some JavaScript. So now we are discussing about variable. And variable in the sense if we want to define variable, we have to take var and we have to assign some name like my name is equal to. Here in this my name, I used a camel case. So this is called as a camel case. If I want to assign some string, a string in the sense any name. If you want to assign any name, if you want to save any name in this variable, my name variable, you have to define, if it is a text, you have to define double quotates. In between the double quotates only, you have to assign my name is JavaScript, some text. If it is zero, in the sense, if it is a number, we couldn't define double quotates. So what I will do is semicolon. So whatever variable and whatever value I want to assign to that variable has been assigned, that command has been closed, that method has been closed, so that I use the semicolon. Yes, yes. Also, you can use this semicolon to close that syntax. So I want to print this my variable. So it is a name, in the sense name is having string. So what I will do is I will take document dot write. If you want to print any kind of document here in this JavaScript, you have to use document dot write method. So here I am defining my name only. So here also I will use semicolon, save this one. Here you can see here in this curly closed brackets, I couldn't define any kind of double quotates, but I used only variable name. So let's have a look how it seems to be. So I will open this preview in our live server. Here we can see my name is JavaScript. If I used any kind of double quotates here in this document.write, then how it seems to be, let's have a look. Here what I will do is I will define double quotates by hitting shift double quotates. So I inserted my name variable in between double quotates, then save this one. Now here in this preview you can see it seems to be it exposes my name only. What does it mean? Means this document dot write consider this value as a string in the sense that it is a name only, variable name. It will define and it will renders this name only. So it couldn't expose whatever document that variable has been saved. It couldn't render that value, so that we couldn't assign double quotates here in this document dot write output. So what I will do is I will remove that one and I will define my name is equal to save. Now you can see whatever value has been saved here in this variable, so it will render here in our browser. So I want to re-render that object also. So that what I will do is I will use that variable a couple of times. In the sense what I will do is document dot write. There I will mention variable name like my name. So semicolon. Save this one. Now we can see this is JavaScript as well as this is JavaScript. My name is equal to JavaScript. So what happening is whenever I would like to assign some property in between this variable, it can able to render a couple of times. So there is no restriction. So JavaScript and React.js always following this re-render concept to execute better output. So if I want to use any kind of number and I want to assign some number to variable, there in that number I want to assign some value, then how we have to write? So my number, what I will do is I will use my number equal to. Here we couldn't define any kind of double quotates. I will assign something else number like this. So this is a number. It seems to be like this. What I will do is I will render this value here in this my num. Save this one. Now we can see this is our number as well as this is our name. It seems to be like this. So this is our number. Here you can see I couldn't here in this number I couldn't assign any kind of double quotates. So this is a number we couldn't assign any kind of double quotates. If I use the double quotate for this number, I will hit shift double quotates. Now we can see. Then it will render my number like this. So it seems to be like this. So we couldn't entertain any kind of double quotate in between these open close curly braces. But I will use my num number. Save this one. Now here we can render that string value and we can render that number value, whatever I took those values, whatever values I assigned to this variable. So this is the variable can store some information and able to run the able to re-render these values in couple of times with the help of this variable. So variable plays a very crucial role here in this JavaScript as well as JavaScript frameworks like Angular, React.js, etc., etc. So in upcoming class, you will learn about data types also. There also it had different kinds of data storage objects and methods are there. There will I will explain about what are arrays, object, everything. We can define that values. We can store those values here in this variable, so that there are around 7 kinds of data types are there. In next session, you will learn about all those topics.